Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and I've got another inexpensive one for you today from shopmissa.com. This is the A2O Labs Soft Matte Foundation. Retails for $4 for 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters of product. Comes in 9 different shades. I've got it in the lightest shade L1. The description is what got me on this one. So they say, for flawlessly filtered skin, A2O Lab Soft Matte Foundation is a lightweight, breathable foundation that visibly improves any skin type or texture. It's non-drying and blurs pores, texture, and fine lines for a youthful finish. All right, pretty standard, right? It's reef safe, EU allergen free, which, if you're not aware, the EU has much stricter regulations on cosmetic ingredients than the US does, so bravo there. Liquid pump, creamy, sensory friendly, filtered finish, and here's the bit that got me. Mature skin friendly. It is vegan, it is cruelty free, it is non-toxic. It does have mineral oil, which is a pretty inexpensive kind of option for oils, but this is $4, so I get it, I don't see any added fragrance in the list. Looks like a pretty standard silicone-based foundation. So, all right, let's see what you got, A2O Lab. I was going to say Studio. Nope, that's not AOA Studio, it's A2O Lab. Let's take a look at shade L1, swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from A2O Lab, the Soft Matte Foundation in shade L1. And isn't that almost invisible? Like, I'm getting CYO 101 vibes here. That undertone is nice. All right. Then second up, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last, I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 49-year-old face. I'm going to go in and prime with my handmade bakuchiol cream. This should be in stock on my website. It's in stock as I'm filming this video right now. Alright, I went in a little heavy, but I'm super dry right now, and I'm a little bit peely. I did a little switch up on my Curology. A bunch of you saw and commented on my video where I had discussed a month or so ago potentially stopping my Curology, my tretinoin. And so many of you pointed out that, you know, it takes so long to get your skin adjusted to tretinoin, and I've been using it for years, and do I really want to stop that and start over? And you're right. So I didn't stop it and start over. I had my provider decrease the strength just a little bit because I could never get past wearing it 3 nights a week. It was just too much. And so she decreased it a little bit and said it would be better to wear it every night at a lower strength. And so I've been trying that, and it's working pretty well. I mean, I've had really minimal flaking as a result. But I do have a little bit of flaking going on here and a little bit between my eyebrows. So I'm just a little bit dry in a couple spots, but I'm always a little bit dry in a couple spots. So what else is new, right? Nothing new there. But I made this bakuchiol cream as a moisturizer, but it turned out to be such a nice dry formula that I love using it as primer. And then I get some bakuchiol in there. So, you know, never complaining about skincare in the makeup. I also wear it at night when I am not doing my tretinoin. Let's take a look at the consistency on this guy. I'm going to go in on one side of my face with a damp sponge. Got me a fresh pack of Paw sponges from Shop Miss A. On the other side, I will use my BK Beauty 101 if I can find it. It's usually sitting right here. Oh, it's buried. It's buried, but I got it. I got it. It's right here. All right, oh, how does this cap come off? Oh, there we go. All right, let's check this out here. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Run to the chopper. All right, that's going to be way too much, I think, but here we go. Oh, bad YouTuber. I did not turn my phone off. Oh, look, it's Tati texting me. Not really. The Tati list, you know. Go sign up for her list. She has a bunch of, like, announcements and stuff. I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit light like the other Shop Miss A foundation that I recently reviewed, but shade 2 looked way too warm, and I'd rather be too light than too warm. So let's try this guy out here. We'll start with the sponge side. It really wasn't too light, it was just like it was my winter shade. And I'm still in my winter skin. I have not seen daylight yet. So so I don't know why I'm even having any sort of complaints. Why am I using this side of the sponge? What am I doing? Do I even know how to do makeup? Apparently not today. Okay. Yeah, this one's blending out nicely. It's pretty sheer with the sponge, but again, as usual, typically I get a little bit of nice color correction because you can see it's, you know, redder over here and a little less red over here. What I really want to get rid of is these sunspots, you know, and cover those up if possible. All right, pretty sheer with a sponge. Let's try the brush side. Today's plan, I'm going to be outside a bit, so I did get sunscreen on my arms too today, which I should do every day. I know. But I'm just much better at wearing sunscreen on my face than I am on my body. But I'm going to be outside trying to see if my t-shirt displays fit in my Jeep, that display that I built. I had a vlog on building it, and the materials fit in my Jeep, but I didn't really think about the fact that the materials unassembled are different than the finished product, and I hope the thing is going to fit in the back of my Jeep because I have an event in a couple weeks for my t-shirt business, and I'm going to do a test run. I'm going to set up the tent with my new banner, check it all out, set it all up in the driveway, see what's going on, make sure it all fits in the Jeep. Yeah, yep, as usual, a little bit better coverage, or let's just say more coverage. Not everybody wants coverage, that's totally fine. A little bit more coverage applied with the brush. I still have plenty of product on here. Let's try and even this out and get rid of some of these sunspots just a little bit. And get this side evened out with the other side. I get nervous with matte finish foundations because most of them look very dry on my already dry skin. But the fact that this one explicitly said it's good for any skin type and mature skin friendly, I'm taking that to mean that their use of the word matte is more for that filtered look than it is for the sort of texture of the product, although I would call this matte. I'm not really seeing reflect light bounce back. However, it's not flat. Like, I'm not seeing shine, but it's not there's a little bit of bounce back in this. It's nicely matte, I would say, so far. Let's make sure we got all the little spots. For some reason, I've been terrible about getting around my mouth lately. I don't know why. Like, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Just not paying attention, I suppose. All right. Let me zoom you guys in. You can see what I'm seeing here. It looks a little bit heavy on my nose, but that might calm down as it sort of warms up a little bit. It's clinging just a smidge to some of my dry skin. Not bad at all, really. We'll see if that stays. The problem tends to be when a product fully dries down, then you really see where those dry edges are going to show or not. So we will see how that goes. It does have a very nice blurring effect on pores. Not quite as blurring on texture as it is on pores, but I'd say it is still actually blurring out texture just a little bit. I'm not going to apply this as concealer today because matte and under eye concealer for me just tend not to work out. It's clinging a little bit to some dry skin on my temple over here, but not bad at the moment. We're not looking bad at the moment. I like the coverage. I would call it a pretty light medium, and I like the finish. It's a matte finish, but it's not flat, so I don't feel like I have to bring my face back to life, you know, aside from just bringing some color back in. But the finish is, see, like I'm looking at my forehead, nice enough reflective. Some nice light bounce without being shiny. All right, let's check the time. It is 1:05 p.m. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the A2O Lab Soft Matte Foundation, and it looks really nice. It did set down a bit and sort of melt in with my body temperature, which is good because those edges of dry skin aren't as visible. I think at a conversational distance you can't really see them. I can still see it in my 10x mirror here, but really not bad at all. Had no issues blending anything. I did not set this with powder. I ended up using my L'Oreal True Match concealer, the newer one that they've got. And on the rest of my face, we've got the Balm Desert bronzer. I put way too much bronzer on my forehead. Good thing I have bangs now. And Wet n Wild Pearlescent Pink. I was just feeling like retro old school. I love this blush. It's like one of those OG, never fails you. Like, it's just good. It's just good. Wet n Wild. What's Up Beauty? All the W's. Serengeti highlight. Whoa. Brain freeze. On my eyes, I've got the Alter Ego Dream Gaze palette, but it doesn't have a dark shade in it. So I took the dark shade, what was it called? Sweet Thing, out of the ColourPop Pretty Please palette to do the outer corner there. I am wearing Color Street Amethyst eyeliner, and then CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus in black for my tight line. Mascara is What's Up Beauty. How did I forget the name of it already? Watch Me. What is with the W's today? I don't know. I want to report. Second day wearing a different shade of the AOA Studio Artista lip liner pen, which is like competition for the CoverGirl Outlast that was recently relaunched in a vegan formula with new shades, which I think gained popularity again from the TikTok viral blow up of the Sashu Stain, the Peel Off lip liner, which I haven't even been touching these since I've got these two now. The CoverGirl is great, lasts the whole day. You know, all of these work best if you kind of think of them as lip liners. I fill in my whole lip, but throughout meals and things, you're going to lose the center portion of your lip where you get a little bit of moisture there. But especially this AOA one, I love the tip. I know I said this in the video where I tried it out, but I just tried it out again, and I love it. It's got that little round dot tip. It's so easy to draw without, and I'm not good at drawing anything, lines or anything. So like, I find that since the CoverGirl tip has no flex to it, it's just like a hard felt tip. You have to be very, very precise, and I'm not very good at being very, very precise. So I struggle, and then I end up overlining more than I want because I goof, and that, you know, I don't have that problem with this. It's such an easy to draw tip. I'm really digging these. Like, score. Love them. They're brand new on their website on shopmissay.com. Oh, but I am going to put my Lawless lip gloss over it. I was waiting for it to dry down. The trick with these is apply them and do not press your lips together at all. Kind of like the old school advice for like applying the matte liquid lipsticks. Same kind of thing. Just don't press your lips together at all. Let it dry. It's lovely. But then I like gloss, you know. This is one of the new spring shades. I already forget what it's called, and I looked at it right before I turned the camera on. Sherlock to the rescue. Lavender Sorbet. I love these. I love them. All right. I was going to go straight out and start working, but I'm hungry. And so I think I'm going to go get a sandwich. Are you surprised? Are you surprised even a little bit? No? It's our first 70-degree day out. and the sun's out, and so I feel like I just need to go outside. So I'm gonna go get a sandwich, then I'm gonna come back, do some work. You'll get a daylight check-in. I don't know, I might get a little sweaty. I'm gonna be moving big heavy things around. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what kind of day I put this face up to. And then tonight I will come back and give you guys my final thoughts. It's about 5:33. What is that, like 4 hours in? Might as well do the check-in while I'm sweaty. I think it's holding up pretty well, actually. I was wearing sunglasses earlier, so it looks like there might be a little bit of missing coverage there. But otherwise, seems all right. What do you think of my new sign? Testing it out. Got a sign for the tent for a vendor event in a couple weeks. So I had to make sure that my t-shirt displays all fit in the Jeep. They do, barely. Like, there's not even room to spare, and it's pressing on the passenger seat, which does not fold down. So yeah, we're barely gonna fit it in there. But yeah, I got the tent's not all the way up because I'm not gonna bother putting it all the way up, but I wanted to just make sure the sign goes on, and there you have it. Whew, I'm sweaty. There we go, halfway through. It's holding up my redness pretty well because I'm sweating, and I'm sure my face is red underneath that foundation. So all right, so far so good. I'll catch you guys tonight. 12:31 a.m. Let's take a look at how the A2O Lab Soft Matte Foundation held up. So that puts us like, what, 11 and a half hours or so. I would say this one probably conked out around 8 hours. Yeah, let's just zoom in. I'll show you what's happening. I did have to blow my nose a few times, but it did not handle that very well. My nose had originally looked a little bit heavy, and now it looks like definite snake skin. Everything along the sides of my nose has caked up and bunched up. Blush bronzer highlight are still somewhat visible, so it didn't completely evaporate, but it is clinging to all the dry skin on my upper lip. Coverage on my chin is just about gone, and it's just gunking up and caking up and moving around. If we look at my forehead, it's also caking up, gunking up, moving around. It just didn't stay put very well. So it's not a very long wear foundation, but like I said, at around the 8-hour mark, that's probably about as far as I would have been comfortable being seen wearing it. That's about the lifespan on this one. I will say it's not uncomfortable. I don't feel dry, so that is good. If you've got dry skin, it doesn't seem to be a dehydrating type of a formula. It's not really settling into any lines. I didn't mention that in my close-up because I just looked now. So I think for maturing skin, their claims are probably accurate. This is, you know, I'm looking at it for dry and maturing skin. I wish it lasted longer, for sure, because it is a nice finish. Yeah, if I had to give a grade to the A2O Lab Soft Matte Foundation, I am going to give it a B. I think it looks nice. Wish it had more shades, but that's not part of the grading process. I wish it lasted longer. That is part of the grading process. But if you do have dry or maturing skin, I don't think it's too bad. It is a nice matte finish, and it didn't dry me out, which is kind of a tough ask for a matte foundation in my skin type anyway. So there you have it. We're going to go B on this one. We're going to go B. It's a great price point. Also not part of the grading, but great price points. Performed okay. Wish it held up a bit longer. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. I keep a running list. I buy them whenever I can. Hit me up over on Patreon. I post some behind the scenes stuff over there. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.